Now then, what do you say I just take on the other 4 by myself?
Yamcha, are you nuts?
Now that I'd like to see.
Misfortune might as well be their middle name.
Let go!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unlucky anime characters. For this list, we're looking at the individuals who often end up falling on hard times. These instances can either be hilarious or just downright depressing, but they have to occur often enough that we associate bad luck with the character. As usual, there will be spoilers littered throughout this list, so as of now, a spoiler alert is in full effect. Number 10, Touma, a certain magical index. How could we not include the guy who drew a level 0 power? In a world where various individuals are openly gifted with supernatural abilities, you have Touma, the guy who can negate said abilities with just his right hand. As the owner of the Imagine Breaker, he can cancel any and all magical abilities or illusions sent his way. Sounds handy, right? That unfortunately means that as a side effect, all of his luck is negated, and as such he always ends up in comical or painful situations, sometimes both. Oh, Touma, you gotta work with what you're given. Number 9, Kenji Harima, School Rumble.
What haven't I tried?
A lot of romantic comedies would see the shy and unremarkable girl falling for the tough but misunderstood bad guy, while the equally shy nice guy would be left in the dust. Not in this case. In this acclaimed and much-loved series, the bad boy is Kenji Harima, who just wants the normal but sweet Tenma to notice him.
Oh, Harima. I love you.
And I you.
Whenever he gathers the courage to confess his true feelings, plot convenience serves to separate them. It would be heartbreaking if it weren't so funny.
Oh crap, where am I now?
Our poor shades-wearing delinquent may not get the girl of his dreams in the end, but he did manage to earn our admiration for hanging in there so long.
Of course.
Number 8, Hasegawa, Gintama.
伝説のバクトだかなんだか知らんが、ギャンブルの女神がこんな尻軽だったとはよ。
Some guys just cannot catch a break. While he formerly held his place as a government official, Hasegawa has fallen into a seemingly never-ending, jobless lifestyle of a Madao, basically a hopeless loser well past his prime.
あなたのようなマダオ、かっこまるでダメな夫、かっこ閉じにはついていけません。
Despite his frequent falls from grace, Hasegawa never quits, constantly seeking new employment no matter how degrading it might be. This guy could practically write the book on bad luck, as he always finds himself getting fired from his equally depressing jobs, or constantly drinking and gambling away what little he has. Still, you have to admire his commitment, and maybe wonder why his wife still loves him.
それじゃあ週末ね。
ちょっと待って待って。
Number 7, Iyami, Mr. Osomatsu.
悪魔が来たざんす。
While the sextuplet protagonists may have their problems, the unluckiest amongst the cast is the infamous conman with pearly whites. Life just never seems to work out in Iyami's favor, mainly because his cons are easily discovered, and he's actually prone to working himself into a corner. His misadventures throughout the series are comedy gold, and as bad as it might be to say, we never really get tired of seeing him suffer. Hey, when you'd go so far as to use an experimental drug to turn yourself into a woman just to seduce 6 brothers into giving you some spare cash, you get whatever's coming to you. Number 6, Kouta, Elfin Lead.
What's going on?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Now we're getting into the hard-hitting stuff. While we sympathize with the murderous character of Lucy and the pain she's dealt with her whole life, we cannot deny that the collateral damage she leaves behind is huge. None more so than to her childhood friend Kouta. after Lucy ends up killing his father and sister. He went through so much emotional trauma that he ended up erasing her from his memory, only to encounter her years later.
Die, you monster!
With so much bloodshed, psychological scars, and blossoming romance developing between the pair, you would have thought that Kouta had already suffered enough. Life, as the series shows in great detail, is hardly ever that kind, though.
There's no way I can forgive what you did to Kanai or my dad. I'll never get them back. But I can't. I can't let you go knowing that you'll hurt people. There's already too much in my life that I regret.
Number 5. Guts. Berserk.
I haven't changed at all from what I was. Just killing enemies, only to survive. Where do I want to go?
How unlucky is this man? Well, here's a brief summary. He was thrown into war zones from the time he could walk. He was violated as a child by a fellow soldier and had to kill his adopted father in self-defense. Luck came when he found himself recruited into a mercenary group where he formed friendships, including a brotherly bond with the leader Griffith, and a romance with a fellow soldier named Casca. That is, until Griffiths traded the lives of all of his comrades for power and became a member of the God Hand. Things were definitely back on the downward spiral at that point. Number 4. Spike Speigal, Cowboy Bebop. Even the most suave and badass bounty hunter in the galaxy can't escape bad luck forever. While the crew of Space Dandy never have things go their way, there's just no beating the interstellar gunslinger.
Adios.
Aside from all the injuries and mishaps involving typical bounty hunting outings, Spike has a lot of emotional weight hidden under that slick suit of his. Betrayed and constantly thrown into combat with his nemesis Vicious, losing the love of his life, and finding himself in an all-out war with a crime syndicate. Apparently, being the coolest guy in the galaxy only gets you so far.
Might as well use it. We're starting from square one.
Number 3. Ken Kaneki, Tokyo Ghoul. Even before his life went to hell, Ken Kaneki did not have it easy. His mother was so overworked that it led to her suicide. When he moved in with relatives, he was subjected to all kinds of abuse. Only as a college student did things start to look up. He even got a date with a cute girl, who turned out to be a hungry ghoul that almost devoured him. Following the attack, Ken found out that he had undergone an organ transplant. Said organs turned out to be from his attacker, and slowly but surely, he became a hybrid of both ghoul and human. Needless to say, Ken's experienced the worst of both worlds. Number 2. Yuuko, Nichijou. Just because everyday life is as mundane as it gets doesn't mean bad luck can't follow you, even for someone as lovable as Yuuko. While some of it can be blamed on the fact that this high schooler is one of the laziest people on the planet, there is a limit to that. Daily miscommunications, high school gauntlets, and even random deer attacks. There's only so much that you can blame on being a dumb but adorable student, who's just trying to make her way through life one bizarre day at a time. Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
お前か。
何言ってんですかいきなり。
おいおいマジかよ。何この展開。ふと甘酸っぱい思い出がよみがえる。
友達じゃダメかな。
Number 1. Usopp, One Piece.
Real pirates definitely have a lot more punch behind their words because they can actually back them up.
Whether he has us crying tears of laughter or sadness, the Straw Hat's marksman has always found himself in the worst situations. After his father left and his mother passed away from illness, Usopp became infamous for spreading tall tales on his home island. After encountering Luffy, he became a valued member of the crew, where he proceeded to get thrown into certain death situations against enemies that regularly kicked his ass. His brief departure and return to the Straw Hats was heart-shattering in all the right ways, and has even shown him to be something of a badass from time to time. Of course, he's not managed to get rid of that bad luck completely. If anything, it's gotten a whole lot worse.
Listen, Luffy! You can pity me if you want, but I'm gonna beat you and take the Mary with me! And I don't care what it takes!
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite unlucky anime character?
Mankind didn't start this fight, but we're gonna finish it.
With more top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It's been a while.